Hello, welcome to A Closer Look. My name is Maria Reynolds and I'm the curator here at Staatsburgh State Historic Site. And today I wanted to take a look at one of the books in Staatsburgh's library. The library here at Staatsburgh is filled with books that Ruth and Ogden Mills left, dating from their lifetimes and the lifetime of Ruth's ancestors, her father, grandfather, and great-grandfather. There are thousands of volumes of books in this library. But the one I want to show you today is entitled The Earls of Granard. And it was a special gift that was given to Ogden Mills. And we know this because there's an inscription on the front cover. It says, "Given to Mr. Mills on his first visit, Castle Forbes, June 8th, 1909, by Granard." To provide a little background, 5 months prior, on January 14th, 1909, the 8th Earl of Granard married Miss Beatrice Mills, Ruth and Ogden's daughter. They were married in the Millses' New York City home and then returned to Europe to live. The Earl, whose full name was Bernard Arthur William Patrick Hastings Forbes, succeeded his father at age 14 to become the 8th Earl of Granard. He was a member of the House of Lords and was also Master of the Horse under King Edward VII and King George V. They spent a lot of time in London while Parliament was in session, but they also spent time at the Earl's ancestral home, Castle Forbes, in Ireland. Castle Forbes is located in County Longford in the town of Newtown Forbes and has been the seat of the family since before the title of Earl was created in 1684. Today the castle remains private and owned by the family. I also want to make a note about where the Mills spent the summer in 1909. Usually the family spent the summer months in Newport, Rhode Island, but in 1909 they stayed in Europe. It is possible that Ruth was helping her newly married daughter integrate into English society as a leading social hostess. That was certainly something that Ruth knew a lot about and was very skilled at doing. For approximately 2 months, from June to August, the Millses rented out Knebworth House in Hertfordshire. This grand country estate was the seat of the Earl of Lytton since the 15th century. It is located about 30 miles north of London. For more information about the Millses' time at Knebworth House, feel free to check out our blog. So shortly before Ruth and Ogden occupied Knebworth House, they traveled to Ireland and visited Castle Forbes to see their daughter and the Earl. And that's when they received this book to commemorate their first visit. The book itself was published in 1868. The Memoirs of the Earls of Granard was written by the admirable, Honorable John Forbes. He was the second son of the 3rd Earl of Granard, and he wrote these memoirs and dedicated them to his grandnephew, who was the 6th Earl of Granard. In the family papers, these memoirs were then discovered by the 7th Earl of Granard, and he decided to publish them, edit them, and publish them into this book here. We're not sure that the Millses actually read this book. There are several pages that are uncut. You can see how they're still attached at the top. But nonetheless, they were likely honored to receive this gift, and they placed it in their library here at Staatsburgh, their country home. And it has been here ever since for well over a century.